Today on Joe's Outdoor Office, we're going to do a real fan favorite, pork chops. Center cut pork chops grilled on the grill. And we use a bath with these 5 ingredients that really makes them tender and juicy. And it's all done in a plastic bag. It's great for tailgating and a nice fall cookout. Stay tuned. The beauty of this recipe is very, very easy. And this is something you can take on a tailgate in the bag, and it's already prepared. All you got to do is grill them. We're going to start with a couple of teaspoons of minced garlic. We're going to dash in some onion powder. This is zesty Italian dressing. We're going to pour a little bit of that in there. A little bit of Moore's marinade. I like Moore's because it's not quite as salty. And you can also buy the low salt. And then a good dash of our rib rub, which is, there'll be a recipe for this on the blog. Most of you have already seen it. I like to shake that in there pretty good. So now we've got all of our ingredients for our marinade, or our chop bath as I like to call it. And we just take our pork chops and put them in our bag. I use a gallon bag. Gallon bag's plenty big to do about a dozen. I'm going to do 6 big ones today. Just going to throw them in there. Before you do this, make sure you seal it up. Seal up the bag and just work it around. And what I like to do, once I get them kind of where I want them, I squeeze some of the air out of the bag and just roll them around in all of that savory goodness. That's kind of what it looks like, and that's all the prep there is to it. We're going to let these sit in our bag anywhere from 15 minutes to 8 hours. It just depends on how much of this marinade you want to infuse into your pork chops. And then we're going to grill them. So this is what our pork chops are going to look like. They're in the bag with the garlic, minced garlic, onion powder, zesty Italian dressing, and Moore's marinade, and a lot of rib rub. You can just work it around and they're ready to go. Okay, we're going to start with a fairly hot grill. I'm going to take my pork chops out of the bag. I'm going to lay them on. Like I said, these are between 3/4 and an inch thick. And I've got a little smoke box in here with the little our hickory wood chips. And we're going to sear them on both sides. It's time to turn them. Just want to get them seared good on both sides. Fire's up to about 500 degrees. It's just like when you're grilling a good steak, when they're this thick, when the chops are this thick. You just want to get them seared really good and really fast. Now that we have them good and seared on both sides, I'm going to take some of my barbecue sauce. Now this side is good and seared, so we're going to start adding our flavor. Do yourself a favor and get you a good long barbecue basting brush. I like these silicone ones because they hold a lot of sauce and you don't have to go back as often. Now we're going to turn the heat all the way down. And we're going to cook them real slow. Okay, we're going to turn them over and check them. See where we're coming. Now we're down to around 250 degrees. We want them just to finish off. We don't want them to finish too fast. Those look good. And I just keep basting. Just keep putting the sauce on. There's your flavor. And if you're on a gas grill or even charcoal, you want to find a spot that's kind of cool. That's why one thing I like about gas, you can always add wood chips to gas and get the flavor. But I got this side pretty well cooled off. This side's still cooking. So I can move them to the cooler side and just let them get indirect heat. They're about done. They are coming along nicely. With pork chops this thick, I like to test them and see if they're done. You don't want any pink, and these are just about ready. Time to take them off. I'm going to give them one last baste, and we're going to take them off. You'll notice right in here, this little crusty area, I like to call it. A little bit of bark. I love that part of it. And notice how the sauce gives it a nice glossy sheen. We're ready to eat. Well, my pups saw the knife and fork come out, so we may get a whimper here in a minute for a little treat. So let's try one. Let's try one of these. Bite out for this. Perfectly done. Oh, that is so good, so tender, full of flavor. I just wanted to show you something. They're so tender that the knife spins inside the flesh. I mean, that's some tender meat. Try the recipe, you're going to love it. Grilled pork chops the right way.